So this building is an iconic building in King's Cross with the Lighthouse. That was originally there for when the oysters used to arrive in London. And they used to turn the lighthouse on to let people know that the oysters were coming across London, and the building's had a rich history since then. It's been owned by a landlord for about 20 years who completely redeveloped it, and we moved in a couple of years ago, and then we've had all this beautiful art created in there since.
Curating this building was a wonderful experience because it gave us the opportunity to work with many different artists, working locally and giving everyone an opportunity to express themselves through the different themes. On the ground floor, we have a lot of works that reflect movement and the fact that we are at King's Cross Canal and King's Cross Station, about movement and people and travellers. And then the next floor up, we talk a lot about the station and how it's evolved and the history of King's Cross Station, as well as the canals that are important lifeblood to London from hundreds of years ago till today. We collected antique boats, canal boats, and I have a soft spot for canal boats that we collected and put onto the mural itself. Then we worked our way through to the Cockney rhyme.
So I took inspiration for this artwork from my ancestors who were born and raised in London, and I created this Cockney short story, which are words that they still use to this day. And then Lucy took those words and transformed it into this beautiful piece of artwork that you see.
I looked at Charlotte's rhyme that she made, and I made loads of collages in relation to the rhyme, or in response to the rhyme, and then kind of composed them into a mural design in a sort of abstract, playful way, so that people would take a minute to study it properly and see if they could work it all out. It was a deliberate approach to make the mural quite abstract, so that people would study the Cockney rhyme, because obviously it's not words that we use today necessarily.
Cockney is a really very special, indigenous to London, and it has its own codes, and we wanted to unravel the codes of Cockney rhymes through imagery, and this imagery is very much focused on symbolism. So you've got apples and pears for stairs, and you've got so many different messages to unravel in the work that Lucy created in that mural with words by Charlotte.
This painting is called Kiss, and it's part of an ongoing series I've been making for many years. And I take the inspiration from an eclipse sequence, not necessarily the moon, but any body passing in front of another in space, where one cuts out the other momentarily or partially. This is called Janus. I don't know what number it is, but it's Janus 12, say. It's based upon the idea of a column or a bar of light either fading away or coming on stronger. And it was inspired by listening to a church service on the radio on Easter Saturday once.
So this piece is entitled Square Root. It's inspired by the location of the landmark building, the adjunction of where lots of roots meet like fold lines of a map. And in this piece, I've tried to document the symmetry of square, which represents balance and orientation, and look at the sacred geometry of that. My practice centers around drawing with thread. I use pins and thread to create structures on the wall and drawings. I get my inspiration from transforming 2D drawings into 3D structures. I like lifting a drawn line off a flat plane and turning it into something more immersive.
Marina, it's a diving woman diving into the adventure of life is what we wanted to inspire people to think about. And it's very much part of this era that we've created, the 1920s, traveling the world and the British Isles is very much the theme here. This work made of ropes is an echo to the history of King's Cross Station, and the ropes themselves are an ode to the lighthouse. So there's the marine element of the ropes combined with the rail tracks of King's Cross Station. And I love this piece. It was fun making it. This is the work of Romano Locati. He's very much focused on colors and boundaries. He did a lot of work with Paul Smith, and you can see some of the influence there. He did also these wonderful cutouts. These cutouts, sculptures, were part of the Kensington and Chelsea Art Trail, and people would stand and take pictures with them. And the theme here is very much about travelers and traveling and our transitions through life. This is a blue one, and then we have a couple. And this is our different iterations of our different personalities as we go through life. And then here you have another one of his that is very much based on colors and all the shapes and hues of our lives. There's all these Cockney rhymes full of collages on the walls. And this is the entrance of the Lighthouse building, and one of the main features is Romano Locati's painting, which is, we've got a strong Paul Smith influence. It's all about colour and structure and movement. And because we're close to King's Cross, we chose this painting to show that how you are on a train, you're in movement and you're in your mind at the same time. This wall of plates was made by Debbie Carney, who takes antique plates and puts a twist of humour into them, makes them a story to tell within itself in our modern days and the way that we interact with our being. Plates have this very familiar way of this place in our lives where we have one every day. And here we're giving them a space within this chill out area of being thought bubbles that trigger humour about time, about words, and about our brains and how they function, this one specifically. So we love this one. This mural by Barney Zadok is a replica of the lighthouse that is at the top of this building. The history of this building is very much linked to the canals and how fish used to arrive right at the back of this building, and then when they would arrive, he would light up this lighthouse. And Barney made this mural as well as another one which really focuses on the canals and the canal system behind. This piece is called Thought Bubble. It's all about thinking out of the box, the geography on the wall and the reflection of the shadows of these flowers. And the idea is dream thinking, which is the title of this work, is all about how we can dream our thoughts and how our thoughts create reality. And when we're sitting on the seat down here, it's an invitation to think out of the box and explore your ideas.
Took something away from this that was more than just the goodie bag that we're giving out downstairs upon exit. In the meantime, Maya is our lovely curator who helped bring this whole event together. We're going to do the prize draw now.
Before we do that, I wanted to say thank you everybody for being here. Thank you to the artists, half of whom have left, and who have created all these different experiences on the different floors. Thank you to everybody who's given us all the feedback, because we take that on board and then we try to surprise and create environments in which people can feel inspired and thrive. And I hope you've had all the experiences, from the sound to the scent to the touch and the taste that we created. Yeah, exactly, to take into our daily lives. So I hope we have a good winner. Let's see. Is it just one?
pick one.
Oh my God, with the
and
pressure.
it'll be emailed to the winner.
The winner, ah.
Okay, mix it
Okay.
up.
This is the one.
And if they're not here, they can't win, so it is a smaller pool.
Oh, okay, they have to be here. Oh, Claudia.